I'm talking to a very niche group of Black women that I know are already online based off the other groups that I see that are usually from faceless accounts. I want you to know that this is a Black women first and focused space. What does that mean? Meaning all the other Black women adjacent groups that like to lay claim to us when it's beneficial, but then immediately, anytime it's negative, anytime it's time to be Black, all of a sudden it's, oh no, I'm African, oh no, I'm Caribbean, oh no, I'm this or that.
My own community won't even accept me. I don't understand. I'm one of you people.
You people? Man.
Don't have time for those types of women. I also want you to be very aware that this is a space that I am going to have minimal aesthetics or minimal putting your face on. Probably the most you're going to see on this channel, as you've seen so far, is probably a good little lip and nails done for the most part. I'm not fixated on looks on this channel because I know there's plenty of spaces where Black women are so hyper fixated on that there's no substance. 10 out of 10. But then I also recognize that the women that choose to have no type of aesthetic, so they don't even at least have their nails done or a little bit of lipstick, can we get a lipstick, baby? It's like, I understand those channels get like zero traction on anything. So to some regard, I have to show up, but I don't have to show up all the time, full glam. Oh my God, where's the light? Like, that's just nothing you're going to see on this channel. Because that, for me, I think should be reserved for when we meet in person and those type of things. Like, that is what I feel. And honestly, just off the history of women's organizations and the spaces and places I have taken stock in, I've realized that for Black women especially, they are very fixated. Like, again, this hyper fixation on what things look like versus how they actually are. I think it's absolutely friendship first before anything else. And I'm willing to take the time to do that because friendship has to be the foundation of anything that's created here. Because if you're creating something simply for proximity or, we might have some, commonalities, but there's like not a connection, it's bound to fail. Because once that first generation leaves, then it just becomes this chaotic thing versus like we're just a network of friends that are connecting with each other and then we're in this group. And then we keep that going for years to come. For me, I'm hyper fixed. I am laser focused on creating something that can stand the test of the time, just like some of these other Black women organizations. But unlike them, I am very aware that this cannot be a space that is going to take you decades to join. Like, this can't be, you don't get to join until you're in your 40s, 50s, and 60s in some cases. And just my experience personally, when I see these women that end up actually joining, it's just like, there's always some level of disappointment. Like, yeah, they're happy to finally be in the room, but when they have to think about how long it took them to get in the room, and what's actually in the room, there's always a level of disappointment that is just without fail. And when they have to cope with how much time, energy, and that they spent to join this thing, only for it to turn out to be, that's it. And I think that really was profound for me in my 20s, seeing that over and over again on women, and why some of these women end up leaving the organization itself, going inactive. The beautiful part about creating something new is we don't have to follow any of the old rules that currently exist. Like, you can't be a part of this org if you join this thing. We don't have any of those rules here. So it's going to be a beautiful space, because if you're a part of other organizations, you can still join this. That's the other part about stepping outside the box. I think what finally pushed me to have the courage to create such a channel, to like put my face to it, to like start and to do something, was how many Black girls specifically, whether high schoolers to college girlies that are on TikTok specifically, that are making content around they're looking for a place to be. And I personally do not want to be one of these Gen Xers or boomers that truly did nothing to contribute to that in my lifetime. So I'd rather start now when I'm in my 30s and spend the rest of my 30s to build something for these girls and myself, than to be in a space where I'm just another old woman who did nothing to contribute to, what the girls need. I'm on a mission as someone who's in my 30s, that by the time I'm 40, I don't have to spend any time online anymore. I'm very aware that it's not going to take long to start this thing and meet women in real life, but what it is going to take, you're going to have so much online presence before you can truly fall off of it. For the young girls that are coming up and they may not have access, and you have to have so much of an online presence that when they eventually are searching for this at the appropriate age, that there is enough content, we've talked about everything, that it's going to come up for them, and then it's going to lead them down the rabbit hole to discover us. I plan to do on this channel. We're going to talk about all the things that you could publicly talk about that would really leave a good basis and a foundation for like-mindedness in this group. But then also, there's so much that I'm going to probably allude to on this channel that will lead to kitchen table talk that's in person. No devices, not online, not in a group chat, in real life for this conversation. There's certain things that I will not talk about on this channel. And probably the number one you're going to learn very quickly on this channel is politics. I don't think that's very useful to be talking about in this space publicly. Because again, that's a kitchen table talk. I want to de-influence you. This is not a space that I am fixated on lifestyle and, oh my God, like, that's not this channel. This is about depth, perspective. This is about diving in for us. This is for us to actually, again, connect, have the foundation of friendship, have the foundation of like-mindedness. And the only way you're going to do that is to talk about all the different topics that are happening out here. Some of them are political hot potatoes that we're not going to touch. I'm personally not touching with my face attached to it, which would be politics and this gender war, whatever the topic of the today is, or whatever the viral video is. It's just those things I don't care about. because you're gonna know enough from the videos that I will make and my perspective that you will already know which way I lean, and you can just kind of keep that to yourself. When I have to think about what the mission and purpose of creating something like this is always a Black women focused, Black women first environment where we are focused on 3 key areas. Wellness. I know I need to get back to my healthy space. You know, this is gonna be my 4th time doing this in a decade. So I know I'm not the only one doing that. Not to mention, once you get back there, is to maintain it and to be in a community, a camaraderie of it, that you can do those things in addition to you doing them by yourself. But it's better to do it in a group where you have not only the accountability of self, but the accountability of others as well. The second is prosperity. We keep seeing online, oh, Black women are getting laid off, Black women are unemployed, Black women this, Black women that. It's like at a certain point, we know how robust Black women are, we know how resourceful we are, we know how creative we are, and we're just kind of getting to the space where we really need to lean on one another in that way. The third thing for me is arts. When I have to think about how much art has touched my life that Black women have created, whether it's writing, whether it's painting, whether it's music, whether it's skits, just like the creativity on Black women is crazy, and I would love to see more of it. I think what really stands out to me is the Black Lady Sketch Show. Love that show, loved it down. I watched every episode. I even paid for HBO when it was on every season to make sure I watched it on HBO because it was that good. And the fact that it got canceled, just can't even talk about it. But these are the types of things I want to see in my life, and if we want to see them, we have to create a space that is supporting them and is a focus. I hope you do. So I hope you join me on this journey, and join the Discord. I'm in progress of building that up. I might have to add people I actually know, make them join just to get it started. But I hope this is a place for you. That's just going to be where we start. Unlike other people, Discord is going to remain free no matter what. Because if we are going to move to a paid space of any type of that, for protection and things of that nature, or just a private space in general, that is something that I'm in the process of building myself, because I am a techie a little bit. And I realized I don't want to move to another space that has terms and conditions. I'm going to move to a space that we wholly own and control, and the only thing we're doing that we have to deal with other people is the hardware and the internet to get online. That's about it. But like I said, I'm very fixated on taking this offline once we kind of have enough traction and have enough women here to do so. Would be my primary focus. So I hope you join, and I hope this is a fit for you and you join us. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Feel free to click around and watch something else. But until then, I'll catch you in the next one, or we'll connect in Discord. Until then, bye.